would give everything for just one more moment. We cook it, Joe.
I hear he's going to make a comeback at the Democrat convention. He's going to walk into the room and he's going to say, I want my presidency back. I want another chance to debate Trump. I want another chance.
He's not coming back. He's not coming back, Donald.
I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden,
Okay, cool. Cool as a cucumber. This guy's not worried about a thing. So let me get this straight.
When Jon Stewart and Jordan Kerr go after Donald Trump, it's not playful. Jabzit's open-heart surgery on his persona. Stewart slices through Trump's ego and tangled web of lies with surgical precision, while Kerr drops satire like heavy artillery. They don't just joke about him. They strip away the gold plating and show the empty shell underneath. This isn't comedy. It's a full-scale demolition of the Trump myth.
Trump's got it all. Authoritarian-wise, the looks, the attitude, the relentless dissent crushing, all the ingredients to be a top-tier authoritarian. All he needs now is to bring it home with his ruthless.
We've basically got a tied race. The candidates are doing everything they can do to ramp up the excitement. Kamala is speaking to voters in Pennsylvania, in spice stores. Trump is speaking to voters encased in bulletproof glass. And J.D. Vance is trying to counter accusations that he's weird by swimming in the pool with his shirt on. I'm starting to feel bad for this guy.
Trump's been mocked by everyone, but when Stewart and Kerr step in, it's not ridicule, it's annihilation. Forget late-night throwaway jokes. This is methodical destruction. Stewart wields wit like a scalpel. Kerr unloads with satire that leaves no cover standing. Together, they peel back every inflated claim until all that remains is a man who spent decades selling smoke and mirrors.
Anesthetic. And it got to where, what was the thing they litigated throughout this campaign? He's a fascist, he's a terrible person. Democracy is on the ballot. Guess what lost? At the ballot. If you told us democracy is on the ballot, well, democracy got its ass kicked by a majority vote. So I'm very cautious about when to know.
Don't forget subscribe and smash that bell so you don't miss what's next. Stewart kicks off by exposing Trump's greatest trick, convincing millions that chaos equals leadership. He calls out the absurdity of a man who can't even spell the United States in a tweet, yet claims he alone can save it. Trump turned incompetence into branding recklessness, dressed up as strength. Stewart dismantles the arrogance, reminding everyone this isn't brilliance, it's bluster parading. As confidence,
chaos and confusion from Wall Street.
The markets lost more than $6.5 trillion.
They've wiped out $11 trillion.
Turning now to yet another plane crash.
The worst measles outbreak of this century.
100,000 federal workers have been fired.
The Trump administration unfiring some of the federal workers.
President Trump's tariff train escalates the global trade war.
The president hits pause on his global trade war.
The president made it clear yesterday this is not a negotiation.
And Donald Trump says it is a negotiation.
The president exempted smartphones, computers, and other devices from his new reciprocal tariffs.
The president later posting there was no tariff exception announced on Friday.
So close!
Markets crashing, trillions wiped out, a global trade war on pause, then suddenly not a negotiation. Plane crashes, outbreaks, firings, unfirings, it's chaos on repeat. Trump says one thing contradicts it. Minutes later, then denies. He said it at all. It's news whiplash. Statements flipped, facts reversed. A presidency run like improv theater.
According to Trump, all the top Democrats got together and said, let's create some fake files that destroy Trump's political career. They don't ever use them. They let Trump get elected. Don't use them. Let Trump get elected again. Still don't use them. And then once he's the president, hope he releases the files without ever looking at them.
Kerr dives straight into Trump's addiction to spectacle. If his presidency had a single theme, it would be performance. His rallies, half reality show, half pyramid scheme always, ending with the same desperate plea for applause. Behind the fireworks and endless chants is nothing but fear of irrelevance. Kerr doesn't just laugh at the show, he exposes the emptiness hiding underneath.
Don't
panic, okay? You've got a president who understands business.
I am grateful for a commander-in-chief that has the business acumen.
Luckily, we have a businessman in the White House right now.
The president did write the book, The Art of the Deal.
Look, Trump is a master, negotiator, and he does know the art of the deal.
We're supposed to trust this guy because he wrote The Art of the Deal? That's it. You ever say, I got the book, Art of the Deal? Yeah, that's why we're supposed to trust him. You ever look at Chapter 9 in Art of the Deal? It's about how smart Trump is about his casino in Atlantic City.
Stewart sharpens his focus on Trump's words, or rather, the wreckage he calls speeches. No one in modern politics has mangled language quite like him. He can start on healthcare and somehow end with windmills, sharks, or TV ratings. It's not strategy, it's chaos dressed up as charisma. Stewart nails it. Trump's real trick is lowering expectations until nonsense sounds profound.
Trump is president right now.
He's currently the president.
Absolutely.
He is still president. There's a lot of things that this Biden person does not have, like the presidential seal and things like that are pretty obvious.
Biden doesn't have the presidential seal?
No.
When he speaks, there's a presidential seal in front of him.
It's not real.
What is he doing as president?
He is in charge of the military.
Great.
The military is in charge of this whole thing.
The military were put in charge in 2018 when President Trump signed an executive order.
The American military arms that are going to Ukraine, we have Donald Trump to thank for that?
No.
Kerr hammers Trump's obsession with winning. In Trump world, every disaster magically transforms into a victory failed businesses. Genius moves, losing the popular vote, historic success, multiple indictments, proof he's winning again. It's delusion wrapped in silk and whites. Meanwhile, Stewart points out Trump's lies aren't slick or clever, they're sloppy, collapsing in real time. He's not a master manipulator, he's a compulsive storyteller who doesn't care if the story burns down by morning.
Any news reports about, this terrible war in Ukraine?
Where do you get your news?
On Newsmax.
And they haven't covered it at all.
I think that there's no war to cover. I think the whole thing is fabricated, and I think that Zelensky, who's the president of Ukraine, I believe that this is all extortion money.
I spent a little time in Hungary, and I met people who were coming from Ukraine to try to find safe haven. They were actual refugees fleeing what they said was a war zone. Were they lying?
I just think they might be actors, as far as I know. I believe that they might be actors.
Kerr goes after Trump's fragile ego. The self-proclaimed strongman cracks under the weight of a late-night monologue or a bad headline. He demands to look untouchable, but melts at the smallest jab. Trump doesn't radiate power, he radiates insecurity. Stewart makes the point clear. Every act of leadership is theater staged to prop up his ego. And the irony, the harder Trump tries to look presidential, the more ridiculous he becomes.
As VP out of mercy. Although, if you ask me, this might be the most relatable thing J.D. Vance has ever done. Don't worry, J.D., I'm with you. And so are millions of other men with pepperoni nipples. Look at that. I see you. Now, while J.D. Vance appeals to the self-conscious middle schooler vote, Donald Trump has secured the endorsement of RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, and Elon Musk. 3 people who will help Trump reach voters who are undecided about what shape the...
For Trump, crowd size isn't just numbers, it's validation. Kerr rips into the absurdity of a grown man bragging about audience size like he's still fighting for prom king. It's not politics, it's vanity dressed as greatness. Meanwhile, Stewart dismantles the business mogul image. Trump's empire, not brilliance, but bailouts, branding, and bluster dipped in gold.
Working government, I do. And if Republicans care that much about the border, and Democrats care that much about foreign aid, maybe these senators can negotiate a compromise.
But that is exactly what senators originally tried to do. A group of bipartisan senators worked for months to negotiate a massive bill that would address foreign aid and the immigration crisis. But then Donald Trump derailed it by pressuring Republicans to vote against it.
Oh, right. Because they had a border compromise until Trump tore it up like it was a federal subpoena.
Kerr exposes Trump's idea of leadership loyalty equals blind devotion. Disagreement equals betrayal. Allies rotate in and out like a broken carousel. He doesn't build teams, he builds echo chambers, and when the echo fades, he attacks. Stewart strikes harder. Trump's no straight-talking outsider. He's the oldest scam in the book, wrapped in gaudy packaging and sold as something new.
2.1 million people there. They didn't all storm the Capitol. None of them were armed.
Well, some were armed.
Who?
This guy with a gun outside the Capitol. Should he be pardoned?
Did he shoot the gun? Is that a real gun or is that a fake gun?
He shot the gun up in the air. Yes.
Yes.
He should be pardoned.
Yes.
Because...
Yeah, I think he should be pardoned.
Why?
Because I don't think he should be, I don't think he was...
Kerr skewers Trump's post-presidency routine. The recycled slogans, endless grievances, and desperate bids for headlines. Instead of stepping back with dignity, Trump clings to the spotlight like a fading performer refusing to leave the stage. Stewart widens the lens true leaders leave behind progress and inspiration. Trump leaves chaos, division, and an ego so fragile it demanded applause 24/7. Clear delivers the final blow. Trump wasn't brought down by enemies. He collapsed under his own flaws.
Jedi mind trick in the reality distortion field of Fox's arsenal came next.
Well, he's become a symbol for the disaffected man and woman and the forgotten person in America.
They see Donald Trump as a symbol for all the freedom-loving patriots in this country.
They're really coming after all of us, but he's going to stand firm and strong. If there's ever somebody to fight this fight, it's Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, selfless hero, a man who cannot go anywhere unless his name is in giant letters on that conveyance, is an egoless freedom fighter for the...
Together, Stewart and Kerr don't just roast Trump, they torch the entire illusion. They rip off the gold plating and expose a man smaller than he ever wanted the world to see. The more he shouts about strength, the more fragile he looks. Stewart frames it as dependence, not power. Trump suffocates without cheers. Kerr adds another punch. For a man who claims to be unbeatable, he spends an awful lot of time playing the victim.
I don't know if you saw how the president was celebrating the 100 days. He declared he'd be a good pope. What else did he say? Taunted Canada on the eve of their election, causing them to elect the Liberal government over what was going to be a slam dunk. But I think my favorite moment of the 100-day jubilee that is the Trump presidency of the celebration was his interview with Terry Moran of ABC, which is so instructive about the dynamic that Trump would prefer.
Stewart lays out the paradox. Trump wants to be both the all-powerful conqueror and the helpless victim. Kerr mocks the contradiction with the light trio strongmen. Don't cry over late-night jokes. Stewart digs deeper into Trump's broken promises. Every rally teased a better tomorrow, but what he delivered was recycled slogans and empty hats. Kerr seals it by turning Trump's own words against him, the self-proclaimed best at everything, failing at the basics of leadership.